It's something worth celebrating when you have New Zealand's best all in one place. Athletes of ocean surfing ability connected by two things, the love of the ocean and the love of the sport of canoe kayak racing. Welcome to Sky Sport. I'm Kingy Gilbert and we're here for the King and Queen of the Harbour in the beautiful Waitemata Harbour in Auckland's Hauraki Gulf. We have a national championship event. Paddlers of all levels, from elite to beginner, pushing themselves to the limits in surf ski, Waka Ama and stand-up categories. For others just starting, this national championship event is a highlight of their paddler series or a chance to put themselves on the race calendar. Kia ora, we're here with Tennille Hatton, race director, but Tennille is also a world record holder in the K1 1000 metres. Tennille, how many entrants have we got in today's race?
We've got 105 paddlers at this stage, made up of stand-up paddleboarders, Waka Ama and a whole bunch of surf ski paddlers.
That's awesome. And what qualities do you think these paddlers will need to have today to either be the king or queen of the harbour?
It's going to be a pretty flat start, so people are going to need quite a bit of speed to get off the line and quite a bit of aerobic endurance, I'd say, today. So it's about 4 or 5k until they actually get into some wind and a bit of current to be able to use that, and then the skills come in, you know, catching some of those runs going under the bridge and potentially negotiating a bit of wash as well going down that busy harbour. And
the wind will be much of a factor today, you think?
At the moment, it's not looking too positive, but it's looking to build up to about 15 knots. So that should actually be pretty nice, to be honest, going down the harbour there. And they've got an outgoing tide, so we should actually see some pretty quick times.
And you've got some paddlers who are probably very strong in surfing, some who are very strong in the flat water. Based on your evaluation, what paddlers might you be picking to be the king or queen of the harbour today?
I think it's probably going to be a little more in favour of those who are a bit better on the flat water, because with the tide going out where they're going to be paddling, it's going to flatten it out a little bit. So I think those fitter, stronger paddlers are the ones who are going to get the advantage today.
Thank you very much, Tennille. Well, there we go. That's it for a little race briefing with Tennille Hatton, race director of King and Queen of the Harbour. We're here with Rachel Clark, former champion. How many times have you done this race, Rachel?
How many times? I think a bit as a junior, but this will be my 8th. So I've won 8 and this will be going for my 9th title.
And how are you feeling? We heard you were retired, but maybe coming out or retiring. What's the plan?
No, so that was just retiring from international professional racing. So I'm still doing events here in New Zealand, just kind of doing it as I feel, and doing surf lifesaving as well, and a few other things, yeah.
So I'd like to leverage a bit of your experience. What are you looking for? What are you focusing on for this race?
I think for this race, just having a good race within myself, having a good start. The tide's going with us, and there's a bit of wind forecasted, but I don't think it's going to be much due to the tide. So yeah, just having a good race and seeing how my training's going.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Good luck today, and we'll see you at the finish.
Thank you.
We're here with Jessica McDuff. Jessica is a Waka Ama athlete, but also in the surf ski. So how's the surf ski paddling going?
It's going quite well. I've been in it for a couple of months, so it's nice to get into the summer racing. We'll see how we go today, though.
And how's your training going, changing from Waka Ama to surf ski? What are the similarities or differences?
I think I prefer the distance paddling, so for me the surf ski, that I've got that in common with Waka. The feel of the water, you can really feel it come through the boat in the ski, so it's making those little micro adjustments because it's a lot tippier.
And 24 kilometres today, how are you feeling?
Nervous but excited. It's really cool to see everyone here, so I'm excited to get amongst it with everyone.
Well, kia ora, good luck and enjoy your race. We're here with Rosie King. Rosie's a world-class Waka Ama athlete, world champion. How are you feeling today, Rosie?
Feeling pretty good. Haven't done much training, but yeah, just got to wing it, I guess.
It's great to see you here, and you're in Waka Ama category today. How are you feeling about that?
Pretty excited. I don't know, I haven't been out on the water for a while, so I'm just glad that I can get out there and have a little tutu around. Went out there, it looks a bit flat, so hopefully there's a little bit of bump around the corner. Have a bit of fun, bit of play, yeah.
We were talking a bit earlier about preparing for the Waka Ama race calendar, so coming up is the Waka Ama National Champs. This will be the first race for you. What are your plans for 2020-21?
Just get back on the water is the main plan. I haven't done much training, haven't done any sprint training, but I'm heading down to Gisborne next week and I'm pretty sure they'll sort me out down there. So yeah, awesome. But a hard week of training ahead of me after doing this.
Well, kia ora, thank you so much. Great to have you, and we'll catch up with you after the race.
Oh, for sure. Hopefully I make it back.
Ben, Carly, welcome to Auckland for the King and Queen of the Harbour. How are you feeling?
Great, thanks.
And how was your flight coming up from Christchurch?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, not too bumpy. So yeah, we made it here safe and sound.
So tell us a little bit about where you train out of in Christchurch.
We are based out of Littleton Harbour down in Naval Point. So we run a wee club called Ocean Ski Canterbury from a wee shipping container just down there. Yeah, so it's good.
Awesome, nothing like a community club.
Yes.
And how many members have you in your
Members, it's a core group of about 4, and then anyone who turns up on the day.
Yeah.
So we have anywhere from 4 or 5 to 10, 12 people paddle with us. So yeah.
So a bit of North Island, South Island rivalry. Who's your competition for tomorrow?
So I think Toby Brooks, the one from the North Island. He's been there a few times in recent years. So that's no sure thing. And Salmon Newlands he's based in Christchurch at the moment, but he's from the North Island as well. So got to watch out for him, and he knows Auckland quite well as well. And just a bit of a shame that Andy Molam can't get here as well because of COVID. So he would have been a good one to race too.
And in the women's division?
I don't have anyone particularly lined up, but it's just good to see when heaps of girls enter, and it's good to have a lot of us out there racing. Yeah.
Ben, Carly, good luck for tomorrow and have a great race.
Thank you.
Cheers. We're here with Toby Brooks. Toby, welcome to Auckland. You are based in Wellington, I believe?
Yeah, based in Wellington for the last 12 months or so, yeah.
And you were previously a kayak paddler who's also done a lot of surf ski. So I believe you come out of injury. What was the story there 2 or 3 years ago?
I injured my back coming out of junior, first year into open. And part of the recovery process was paddling a surf ski. Kind of got hooked. Did King of the Harbour 2.5 years ago because it was on the bucket list and haven't really looked back. Been racing ever since.
And the differences between kayak and surf ski, what's the differences for you?
Surf ski's there's more tactical, longer races. Courses are always different. It's kind of more to think about, more ocean skills needed. It's a more complicated race.
And so where do you train down Wellington to develop your ocean skills?
Most of the time we're out of Kupe in Evans Bay, and then up on the coast, on the Kapiti coast, for downwinds and stuff.
And what would you, for tomorrow's race, what are you focusing on? What are the elements that you really want to dominate in?
I'm excited for the downwind stretch. I was hoping there would be more downwind than there's going to be, and hang on for the flat stuff. So it's looking like flat at the start, flat at the finish. So don't burn too much energy at the start, attack the downwind, and then see where I am coming into Takapuna.
And what transferable, so for your technique, you've got a little bit of downwind. What will your focus be there, and as opposed to maybe the head or sidewind coming home? What things would we be thinking about?
Kind of trying to conserve energy and attack where you can. So when it flattens out, you go harder. When you're on a wave, kind of see if you can relax. It's a balance between going too hard and resting, and it's a fine line between burning out and not burning out. So
So 70 stroke rate the whole way?
definitely not 70 stroke rate, that's for sure.
Chatting to some of the other competitors, there's a bit of North Island, South Island rivalry. What are your thoughts for tomorrow? Who do you think you'll be battling with?
I think Ben and Sam are the obvious competitors. But I'd say there's also Auckland and the rest of New Zealand rivalry as well. There's a few good guys that couldn't race at Poor Knights that are going to be racing tomorrow, so that'll be interesting as well.
So over COVID, were you getting training in? What was your plan?
Once we were allowed to paddle, I actually got pretty good training in because there was not a lot else going on. So you're just on the water every day paddling because that's all you could do.
And how much preparation would you do for a race like King and Queen of the Harbour?
King and Queen of the Harbour is a big one. I came up a couple of days early to check out the course. And the last race was Poor Knights in September, I think. So it's been a little while. And this is what we've been focusing on. So
Awesome. Well, thank you very much, Toby. Great to have a chat to you, and good luck for tomorrow. I guess we'll see you on the water.
thank you very much.
Here with my training buddy Kalani. He's gave me a lesson yesterday in paddling. Good to see you back here today after a hard session yesterday. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm just feeling all warmed up, pretty good. Chasing Kingy around. Yeah, it should be good.
And in today's race, what category are you entered in?
The open category. Yep. Yeah, long distance. Yeah.
But you are 17?
I'm 17, yeah.
So any other 70-year-old paddlers in your division?
I'm not too sure. I'm pretty sure I'm the youngest here. Yeah.
And for today's race, what will you be focusing on as you're coming down the harbour?
Consistency, definitely. Finding wash, doing leads, and definitely looking for the nice spots in the harbour where the current can give me a hand with.
And just tell us a little bit about leading. How does that play out in the race? What are you looking for and what are you trying to achieve there?
Definitely be putting on a good amount of speed so that you can give the guys around you a good ride out, switch around with them, give them a good go so that you can have a good go and just try and push further and further away from that group behind you.
Awesome. Well, good luck today, Kalani, and thanks for the interview.
Yeah, cheers. Thank you.
Awesome, I'm here with Eric Holland-Waterson. Eric, you're in the Waka Ama category today. How are you feeling about today's race?
Oh, feeling good. Yeah, feeling good. I'm hoping for a little bit more wind. We need it for us old fellas, so we need a little bit more wind to, help us down the course. But just happy to be here. It's going to be an awesome day.
Old fellas, you're looking pretty young and fit there, bro. How's the training going?
Training's going good. Training's going good.
Awesome, man. Your choice of craft today is the Aries Pro, I see.
Yep.
And how are you feeling about that? And the wind hasn't picked up. How are you feeling?
Well, according to windy.com, we're getting wind at about 11:30 today. So, mate, I'm hoping for it to happen. Yeah. But now I'll find a ski to jump on, mate, and just grab their wake and see how I go. Yeah.
Awesome, bro. Well, kia ora. Thank you for that. Have good luck for today's race, and I guess we'll see you at the finish.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
Kia ora.
Luke's here, right? Luke's here. Luke the Sapper. Kia ora, we're here with Garth Spencer. So Garth, you're not racing today. What's happened?
A little bit of the old man flu, I'm COVID safe, but unfortunately the man flu's got me. So.
And a lot of competitors will be happy. I've heard them saying they're very happy that Garth is not entering today. Garth, so tell us a little bit about your paddling experience in surf ski and kayak.
I was lucky enough to go over to China last year with the other Kiwis in the Kiwi team, and myself and Vaughan managed to secure a world title for the Masters K2 World Marathons, which was amazing. But unfortunately, there's going to be no such performance today from my good self on the water.
Yeah, oh, sorry for you, mates. But so what makes this race special, the King and Queen of the Harbour?
This is such an iconic event. This race was started in 2002 by Darcy Price, our dear friend who passed away 2 years ago, and this particular course is the first course that I remember racing for this amazing event, which draws together paddlers from all over New Zealand. And typically, we normally get about 14, 15, 17 internationals from Tahiti. There's a strong contingent from Tahiti. None of the Australians and the South Africans who can't obviously be here this year have But nonetheless, we've got a really strong local contingent. We've got a really strong Christchurch contingent who've turned up to race this amazing course, which is iconic, right? Straight down the Waitamata Harbour, straight under the Auckland Harbour Bridge, around North Head and into the beautiful Takapuna Beach. So we've got some wind that it doesn't look like it now, but once the paddlers get out on the open harbour, it's going to be nicely over the shoulder. We're going to see some top speeds, I think, from some of the Christchurch boys, some of the crossover paddlers from Waka Ama. Could be a few surprises. And of course our ladies, former world champs, are going to be out in full force as well. So I think you've got the best of New Zealand paddlers on one of the most iconic courses in the country, and some great conditions for it. So I think it's going to be a good day.
Yeah, so those technical components of the race, we're talking a little bit about wash riding, surfing. How big of a factor are those elements in this 24-kilometre race?
Yeah, massive. Today, not normally such a big deal, but today we've got a good 2 to 3 kilometres of flat water off the start, which you can see over my right shoulder. And then the last 4 or 5 kilometres as the paddlers come around North Head is going to be flat as well. So the trick is going to have to go hard in the beginning, because you've got to be in it, up in the front. And you've got to find and settle into the runners as you go down the harbour with the wind over your shoulder, and then still leave enough in the tank for the last 5 or 6 Ks around North Head to the finish line, where we see some pretty tired faces, but hopefully some big grins too.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Garth. It's going to be an action-packed day of racing. Stay tuned. It's coming up.
And Takapuna Boating Club are hosting this event today, so that's where we're finishing. There will be a nice meal there afterwards, and hang around for some nice cold drinks and prize giving. It's around about 3-ish until you get to the first turning can. There's going to be a bunch of safety boats there. Okay, the turning can is orange and the cylindrical. We've got 3 minutes until the first start. Lining yourselves up on the end of the stop. We have 45 seconds. Loading your boat. We're going to go in 15 seconds.
we are 2 kilometres into the race. It's been a start from Waitemata Boat Club all the way to the mouth of the harbour. They're going to head around this buoy and head through to Auckland City and the Harbour Bridge. Kia ora, Andy, good to see you. How's the training going?
Oh, it could always be better, mate, but it's been going all right, eh? Done a few long ones, but haven't quite done the full distance as yet. So today will be the first.
And it's looking a little bit shy on the wind today. What's your plan?
Yeah, I suppose using the tide as much as possible. I don't think there's going to be any surfing today, but hopefully there's a few washes to ride out there. But just making the most of the tide and the currents. Yep.
Awesome. And what's your craft? What craft are you in today?
This is my craft here, Epic V10L. So I think it's probably fairly ideal for today.
And I see your GPS watch on there, so you'll be keeping a track of your speeds and making sure you're having the optimal course, or what's the plan there?
Yeah, I think just to count it down so I know how far I've got to go, you know. But yeah, just keeping track of my speed. Sometimes if you're in a bad spot, you can see your speed dip. So maybe try and get out somewhere where there's a bit more flow. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, good luck for today and enjoy the race.
Alrighty, thanks a lot, mate. Cheers, Kingy.
All right, yes. Here we are, about 25 minutes into the race. Carly out there in her black canoe. She's come up from Christchurch, doing very well against the boys there. Pete Delamore, Tim Eves from Whangarei. Pete Delamore had a bit of an accident this morning. He went to the wrong start line, but it's good to see him out here racing. And Sean is in a spec ski instead of a surf ski. He's training for a longer race and a sprint race, so he said he's in to do the mile. So hot racing out here, and they're enjoying a bit of wake from our boat, so we better get out of here. Awesome, here with Jono. Jono's flown up from Wellington for the race tomorrow. How are you feeling?
Yeah, pretty good. Lovely weather up here, nice and warm, so pretty excited.
Did you drive up?
Yeah, drove up halfway last night and the rest of the way this morning. So little paddle and taupo to get ready, get prepared. So pretty excited.
And so your preparation, how's your preparation gone? How many months, weeks, years have you put in?
The boys had a pretty good over lockdown. The boys have got a good winter basin, so the last few weeks haven't been so good. It's been pretty bad weather down in Wellington, but so hoping that winter base carries us through.
Done this course before?
Yeah, I did this exact course, what was it, 3-4 years ago, so just go at 100% and then build from there, I guess. I don't know, we'll just hopefully the wind will pick up, there'll be a bit of wave through the middle, and be able to won't have to paddle the whole way, might be able to catch a wave in there somewhere. That's definitely what we're all hoping for.
And how's your surfing? Wellington's pretty good surf, I guess you get some good practice in?
Yeah, plenty of wind down there, so the boys have been doing quite a few downwinds, so we've got a good crew coming up from Wellington this year. There's probably usually there's only 1 or 2 of us. This year there's probably 6 or 7. So so the boys have been doing a few good downwinds. So hopefully we'll pull through, beat a few Aucklanders maybe.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time. Good luck tomorrow, and wish you all the best.
No worries. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate. Here we are, 5 kilometres into the race. We have a second pack from the front. We have Tupuria King, Waka Ama athletes code switching coming to surf ski. We have Rachel Clark in there in the black surf ski. They're doing amazing. Awesome. Nice to see they've extended out their stroke a little bit and settling in. There is a little bit of swell coming. A lot of surfing, and this pack looks like they're hammering hard work. Kia ora, we're here with New Zealand's best Waka Ama paddler, Tupuria King. Tupu, you've switched codes today. What's the plan?
Yeah, I'm just here to, start my debut on the surf ski. No expectations, nothing to lose, all to gain. So I'm just happy to be here and get the first one out of the way. Yeah.
Awesome, bro. So what qualities and attributes are you hoping to pull across from your years of Waka Ama paddling at an elite level?
I think the only thing I can probably bring today would be my fitness and my endurance. However, I think the things that will let me down is probably my technique specific to the surf ski, the kayak, and the balance. I think, yeah, it's going to be a whole different game. I think it's like I'm starting at scratch again. Yeah.
So how long have you been in the surf ski since you started?
I officially got a surf ski about 2 months ago, and so I've spent about a month and a bit on a surf ski trying to get used to it, but we got our sprint nationals coming up soon, so I've spent most of my time in the Waka lately, but I thought now it's no better time to start than now, so get this race. Give it a go. Yeah.
So your periodisation schedule, or coming into the Waka Ama sprints, which is a 250 dash at its shortest from a 24k race, how's that been structuring your going from the King of the Harbour into the national Waka Ama champs? How's that planning?
Yeah, not too bad. About like a month ago I kind of did a little bit of an aerobic base building kind of period block, and I did majority of it in the ski just to get my balance and my level up just enough, and then I've kind of switched back to the Waka, focusing a little bit more on sprints, but I think in a way it's kind of been good, given me enough time to rest. I feel pretty fresh for today, but I think it's the experience on the ski that's going to let me down today.
Awesome, bro. Well, kia ora, ngā mihi mō tērā kōrero. Lovely to hear, and always keep humble, in the path of adversity and in your challenge. So good luck.
Thank you. Cheers.
Here we are, we're about 8 kilometres into the race. We're at the top pack of the surf ski men's. Just behind me is Toby Brooks. He's paddling really well, catching the first two paddlers, Ben, and we just can't quite identify the next paddler. Catching a few little rides here. Seems to be a bit of swell thrown up, and they're trying to be as efficient as possible, lengthening out and then pushing on those little swells as soon as they come up. So an exciting race. This gap can definitely be made up. Toby will probably be waiting for his moment where he can pounce. The course will come into play a lot here. The wind is not giving as much as we expected, but there will be an opportunity, so stay tuned. We are deep in the King and Queen of the Harbour. Here we are, we're halfway through the race at the Harbour Bridge at the King and Queen of the Harbour. We're with the top Waka Ama men's. It looks like Jack Wormold, he's just to the right of us. He's in first place. Eric Waterman is in second. Hey Eric! Whew. Keep going, Eric in second there. Battle for third. The brother from Gisborne and Jace from Whangarei. It's been a solid effort there, and hey boys! How's the surf? Whew. Oh, they're pretty focused today. A lot of concentration going in. They'll be trying to be as efficient as possible. Top surf ski guys are right behind, and we'll be back with you shortly. We're here with Tom and Tim, Olympic gold medalist, Beijing 2008. Tom, you're in the windsurfing, and Tim, K1 1,000 metres. Yep. So Tom, from windsurfing to kayaking, what skills do you think will be transportable in tomorrow's race?
Oh, I guess there is some transfer between because we're on the ocean, so seeing the wind and the waves and being able to read the ocean a little bit, but apart from that, probably not too much similarity. I'm happy being on the ocean though.
And I noticed you were sitting at the front of the canoe, so you'll be cracking the whip in the back there, giving him some gusto. What's the race plan tomorrow, Tim?
I'm working on a race plan of survival that we get all the way to the finish in one piece. I think we're just going to go out there, find a steady pace, feel comfortable. I'll rely on Tom to read the water well because he's good at that and he knows the area, and just basically enjoy it and be part of the action with all the other teams taking part.
Yeah, wonderful. So how did you guys get to the idea, the position that, right, we're going to do this race? Who initiated?
Well, I think we were talking about it in our staff team meeting, and I said it'd be good to do it. I've got a double ski, and Tom put his hand up and was keen to do it with me. So it was, it's a good opportunity.
And I see some lovely customisation on the canoe there. Some stickers. Got the spelling there right?
Yeah, we got that right. No, it's looking good, looking very professional.
And I noticed the ski has kind of a high bow. Is it a new shape from Nilo? Is it a new surf ski? What's the story behind the canoe?
Yeah, it's really designed for big downwind surf. It's a boat designed by Nello and Oscar Chalipsky. So he's a bit of a legend surf ski and Molokai paddler. So it's really for bigger water than we're going to be experiencing here, but it'll be plenty fast enough and stable enough on the sea.
So what's your target speed tomorrow, Tom?
I don't know. I mean, we might get some wind and current behind us and go a bit faster. But no, I mean, I think, as Tim said, it's about getting out there and enjoying the conditions. It's an amazing opportunity. We paddle under the Harbour Bridge and past Auckland City and around North Head, all of Auckland's amazing landmarks. So it's a pretty special way to experience experience Auckland from a different angle.
So what is the plan? You're going to be an hour in. Might be fatiguing. What are you going to sit around, you think, realistically? A nice and easy stroke rate, or will you be looking to hammer some of the channels? What you'll be calling the charges, I guess. So what's the plan?
On the sea, everyone tends to separate out quite a lot anyway. So I think it's just about finding a nice steady rhythm and keeping that rhythm all the way through and not getting too distracted by everything around. I think from my point of view, I'm going to be looking around, like Tom says, enjoying the Auckland landscape and key features around here. I've never paddled on the sea here before, so it's a good opportunity from my point to see the city and see part of New Zealand I've not seen before.
So we're at the King and Queen of the Harbour, which is known through the Waitemata Harbour. Throws up a variety of conditions. What do you think you'll be focusing on tomorrow?
I think racing through the harbour, you've got a bit of an opportunity to to get an advantage, either by getting more tide when the tide's with you, or to get some relief from the tide if it's against you. So I guess I've spent my life windsurfing on this harbour, and I know it pretty well, and the the little spots where you can catch an advantage. So there are lots of different places in the harbour where you can do that. So we'll be looking at that for sure.
You're watching Rachel Clark, 7-time Queen of the Harbour. Will this be her 8th, or is it the 9th? I'm not too sure. She's looking really strong out here. Devonport, can't yet see any other women, but she is now passing through the tail end, Charlie, of the first race. So, good stuff, Rachel. Woo! Kia ora, we're here with Ian from Titirangi. Ian, looking forward to tomorrow. What are you racing tomorrow?
Kingy, I'll be racing the long distance surf ski in the old man's division.
You mean veterans?
Veterans, the experienced boys.
That's right. So what's your plan for tomorrow?
Try to find someone with a good wash, sit on the wash, and then hope for some waves.
Should be some waves. It looks like a 10 to 12 knot wind. Living out those. And do you paddle on the Manukau or the Waitemata?
I paddle on the Waitemata pretty much out here most of the time. Manukau's got too many sharks.
Well, yeah, we hope there's no sharks tomorrow and no shark incidents. So what have you been practicing your surfing? What's been your focus for the last bit of training, the training block?
Yeah, pretty much just surfing. I just love surfing, getting a bit old to compete with the young guys in a straight line power sprint. So just surfing. Just surfing's the go. And like you said, there hopefully will be a few waves tomorrow, but not as big as we would have liked. But that's the sport. Make the most of what you got.
Yeah, awesome, Ian. So what do you love about paddling and surf ski?
Oh, the freedom. I mean, you've only got to look out here. It's a beautiful place. You're out there. You're in control of yourself. You're paddling with some great people who will love the outdoors and and the adventure. It's just good, just a good healthy sport.
Awesome, mate. Well, look forward to a beer with you at the end of the race, and good luck for tomorrow.
And we can even have a beer at the start of the race if you want.
Here we have it. The King of the Harbour looks like an unassailable lead. 1 kilometre to go. Ben from Christchurch. And we have a battle for second behind. All right, here we have Ben Keys, our King of the Harbour, in the last 1 kilometre to go. The wind has now turned, it's a direct headwind, pretty hard, but he has pulled ahead slowly and surely through this race. Some good technical ability, perfect line here at the finish, he's looking strong. It's about 50 to 100 metres, can't quite see, to second place, and it looks like Kalani Gilbertson, Toby Brooks and Sam Newlands battling it out there, second equal. But there, ladies and gentlemen, is our King of the Harbour. Well done, bro! Yee!
Congratulations, mate. So today we're standing in the finish line of the 2020 Vaikobi King and Queen of the Harbour, and we're standing with this year's King of the Harbour, Mr. Ben Keys, all the way from Christchurch, racing against the local boys. How was it?
Yeah, good. Obviously a bit flat to start with, and then we got into some nice runs coming through the bridge. Got a bit choppy and sort of bit everything through the military base, and then some real nice smooth runs around the heads, and then that sort of headwind on the way back. So,
What sort of top speed were you pulling on the boat coming under the bridge?
I think I was around 4 minute K, so I was pretty surprised by that, and so it was nice flow. And then obviously a bit slower coming through into that headwind. That was more like 5 minute Ks, but just a bit of a grind.
And you led the race from start to finish, right? Did you get a bit worried when Sam took an inside line in the harbour and started catching up?
I mean, I couldn't really see too much what was happening behind me. I know me, Sam, Kalani, Toby and Trav were working together at the start, and it took about sort of 10k to kind of drop a few of the boys, and then me and Kalani were kind of going at it for a bit, and I managed to drop him through the runs, and I was hopefully he wasn't going to get me through the flatter stuff, because I know he's a pretty fit young boy, so yeah.
Congratulations, mate. I hope you've got a bit of space in your luggage for that giant trophy on the table, but it'd be nice to see it stay in the country this year. Yeah. Well done, mate.
Cool. Cheers, thank you.
And here we have the battle for second. Kalani Gilbertson and Sam Newlands, they've been neck to neck this whole last leg. Headwind, they're matching each other stroke for stroke. It's going to come down to this last 5 or 10 minute, maybe even minute. Tight race, everyone. Stay tuned, who will be number 2? Oh, Kalani's making his move. Kalani Gilbertson making a move on the outside. Sam's putting in an effort. Kalani looks like he's got some gas on. There's still a little bit of room for Sam to come back. Great race here for second. 17-year-old Kalani Gilbertson pulling it out, sending it. Sam Newlands hanging in there. Wait, it's not over yet. It is not over yet. Neck to neck, pounding away at the finish. What a great battle between these two guys. Looks like Kalani's got a little bit more gas. Yep, Kalani looks like he's got it. Sam looks like he's just eased up a little bit. That was one heck of a battle there. Here we are at the finish. Second place battle, Kalani Gilbertson and Sam Newlands, with Ben Keys on the beach in first place for the King of the Harbour. Great race. Fabulous racing.
In second place. Congratulations, mate. Congratulations. And in third place, we've got Sam Newland, number 2.
Nicely done, nicely done. So, congratulations, you're the Waka Ama King of the Harbour this year. What does it feel like to come in front of Tupu for a change?
Yeah, never thought it would happen. So yeah, pleasure. It's done well to get in the surf ski and give it a go. I think I'll give it a go next year.
Oh, nicely done. So we've got a bit of crossover coming through. We've got a few of the Waka Ama boys and girls that are getting in the surf skis this year. How were the runs coming under the bridge?
Yeah, good fun. I haven't paddled in the harbour a long time. There were some good ones, yeah. It's got a bit messy at parts, but yeah, pleasure, thank you.
Oh, nicely done.
Haze was tough, so thank you for that.
Yeah, no, it's a pleasure. Well done, Jake. Congratulations. Congratulations, Tupu. How was the transition over from Waka Ama to surf ski?
Oh, it was difficult, very difficult. After only spending 2 months, not even a total of 2 months, starting 2 months ago, to compete in my first races. Pretty awesome. Awesome to make the top 10. It's a good, starting point, and then I'll work from here.
So are we going to see more of the double-ended paddle in Tupu's hands, or are you going to stick with your first love?
No, you're definitely going to see me more surf ski, because adding this craft is only going to give me more races and make me a better all-round paddler. So I'll definitely be back.
That's an incredible result to go from, 2 months ago you hadn't really been in a ski much before, and today you came in the top 10 at our National Ocean Racing Championships in a discipline that's not your first, so congratulations. You just have to talk Rosie into switching over as well, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Well, she's come back to Waka this is her comeback in the Waka Ama, but she's pretty keen and got a bit more time on her hands, so it's definitely, I think she'll be strong in the kayak too, for sure.
Nice. Next thing, K1 sprints?
Yeah, well, I actually bought me a K1 as well, so I've got that at home, which is adding to my balance, but definitely a lot of technique, a lot of skill to work on, but luckily my endurance and kind of my knowledge of the ocean kind of crossed over a bit and got me over the line, for sure.
Congratulations, Tupu. A lovely result, mate. Top 10. Well done, mate. So congratulations on your 9th Queen of the Harbour title, right? You're catching up to Katie Pocock, the legendary New Zealand paddler.
Yeah, I think she has 10 on that trophy, so I better get there, yeah.
One more to go. So tell me about the race today, Rach. How was it from the start?
The start was, it was flat. I just tried to have the best start possible, get on some wash. I knew it was about 4 k's until we got out into the harbour. And then these little bumps kind of started happening, but you couldn't really surf them because we were going with the tide, so...
Did you take an inside line or did you take an outside line?
I kind of tried to stay as centre as I could. I'd go around the boys and then I'd cut back out again. Yeah.
Was anybody giving you any help, or you had a tough slug on your own?
No, for about the first maybe 8 k's I was on wash, so yeah, I was just trying to conserve energy and stick with the guys as long as I could.
Well done. How are you feeling now?
Yeah, it's tiring. I think it was about an hour 50 race, so I've got racing tomorrow, so yeah, should be good.
So you've officially announced your retirement a month or 2 ago. Is this the end of your retirement and a miraculous comeback, or what's your plans?
No, it's more of a retirement from international professional paddling. Yeah, I'm still going to do the odd race in New Zealand here and there, but yeah.
Fantastic. So you're going to continue to be an inspiration for our young paddlers?
Yeah, I think this is almost a decade where I've been doing King and Queen of the Harbour, and it's a pretty iconic race, so yeah.
Congratulations again, well done, and you get to keep the trophy for another year.
Thank you, thank you.
Well done. Congratulations, Jan. That was a very fine effort, mate. You started with the first wave and you've completed about 26 kilometres.
Yeah, it's tough. The middle there, coming down through the harbour, you got all the wash, and on the stand-up paddleboard, it's the worst when you got wash from all different directions. And then I got to North Head, and I thought, oh great, come turn the corner, it'll be nice and calm all the way home. And it was upwind the whole way, against the wind, and that's just as bad.
Something special with this father and son duo that took part today. We've got our ex-Olympic hopefuls and Olympic medal holders who doubled up today in the brand new Nilo double ski to set the course on fire. And let's ask you, Tom, how did that go?
It was super fun. Yeah, it was pretty hard slog at times, but really nice, and it's pretty special. Like, you know, I've grown up here. I used to windsurf off Cheltenham Beach, so you know, paddling down the harbour around North Head and up here, it's pretty beautiful.
So he's a recent convert to kayaking. I want to know what his technique looked like from the back.
No, it's perfect. He's a good paddler. I think, don't underestimate water sports people, how they can transfer their skills. Great paddling behind Tom. Pretty awesome paddling behind Olympic champion as well, I think, from my point of view. And an awesome scenario as well. First time I've raced in a ski in New Zealand. Really good.
Oh, that's fantastic. There's so many wonderful things that under your leadership is happening with Canoe Race New Zealand, Tom. And if you look around on the beach, we've got a squadron of kids skis over there. We've got short courses happening. We've got all these exciting developments for the sport, and it's all thanks to the leadership of you and your amazing team. So tell us a little bit about the future of the sport, what your vision is for this event in particular, thinking of 2022 and beyond, and how you see that all playing out for New Zealand.
So the King and Queen of the Harbour has been, it's been running over 20 years now, and we've actually managed to successfully bid for the event to become the World Championship in 2022. So we're really looking forward to that. Hopefully everyone's travelling by then, but I think a lot of people will be really excited to come to New Zealand. But definitely we see a lot of future in New Zealand and paddling in the ocean, and not everywhere in New Zealand has access to perfect flat water for sprint paddling, but man, we got beaches and amazing facilities everywhere for ocean paddling, and so we're really going to focus on getting some more of that going, and we're just launching a new kids class with basically small surf skis. And we're hoping to have racing all around the country, for school groups and things coming up. So it'll be cool.
Oh, fantastic! It's really exciting stuff. I've got young kids myself, and they're just loving this. Any tips for young paddlers who want to get into the sport and how to start?
Oh, you just gotta go and give it a go. Really, it takes a little bit of time. I spent about 3 months falling out once I started, but it's such a fun sport once you can get into downwind. Perfect COVID sport. Social distancing is natural. Can't get closer than a metre to anybody. So perfect for this time. Glad everyone had a good race today. I hope they did. There's a huge team behind it, and we're super rapt that we got one away. First national race since February. So it's super stoked that we could get pulled off.
Congratulations and well done.
Very much.
So, big day racing here at Takapuna, King and Queen of the Harbour. Your thoughts on today's race?
Yeah, I think the conditions really turned it on, to be honest. It's a bit of a tricky course because obviously the harbour lines up directly here, so you're going with the tailwind one way and a headwind the other. But it turned out really nice. There were some good runs down the harbour, even though it was a tailwind and going out with the current. It looked like you could still manoeuvre around, and you could see people really taking different lines, which is quite interesting. So you had some people really sticking quite close to shore, but it looked like, surprisingly, that was actually the fastest line for a couple of people, and they caught up a few places. Then other people wanted to stick a bit more out in the channel and make more of that current. And then turning around that final headland, you could definitely tell a few people were suffering. 6k to go, and you've got this howling headwind. It was a pretty brutal finish, but I think you could definitely tell those strong, fit paddlers really pushed through at the end.
So some hard conditions there at the finish. We talked about it earlier, the wind and the current playing a factor. What do you think was the big deciding factor in today's race?
Yeah, I think in a race like today, you've got a lot of varying competitors out there. Some of these guys and girls have got a lot of flatboard experience. Some of them have got a lot of miles under the belt. And the competitors that came through today are the competitors that put the time in. And so you saw young Kalani Gilbertson, push to come in the top 3. That's incredible, right? And he's been training really, really hard. And I think Ben Keys, he's done the time, right? A lot of the paddlers would do really well if it was pure downwind conditions and they would luck it and score a top 10 position. But today there was nowhere to hide. If you hadn't done the time, you were going to die.
Absolutely. And Rachel Clark, once again, back for another win. How many titles has she got now?
Yeah, that's her 9th Queen of the Harbour title. So it's phenomenal. She's surpassed only by the legendary Katie Pocock, who is retired, but rumour has it she's coming out of retirement. And Rachel is pushing to eclipse her 10th Queen of the Harbour title. So it's a mammoth achievement, right?
Yeah, it's a mammoth achievement. And some standout performances there from young Tupuria King, code switching, coming in from Waka Ama to surfski.
Yes, he's not the first. There's a few of you guys out there, and Kingi, I think for him to get a top 10 position today, and we haven't seen much of him on the ski. It just shows the calibre of that paddler, right? And so the breadth of his sort of waterman skills are extraordinary, and I think we can see look forward to see great things from Tupu. He's doing really well, right? There seems to be a bit of a crossover happening at the moment. We see it on the lake with the sprint paddlers and the hype up towards the Olympics. We've got quite a few of the Waka Ama paddlers are coming over and trying it out, and it's a great crossover. The boats go faster, you can pick up more runs. And I think quite exhilarating, right?
Yep. And the coaching environment is awesome. The club and the training environment is just fabulous. Yeah. So thank you very much, Garth. Maybe next year we'll be racing, and guess we'll see you all next year, 2021, King of the Harbour, King and Queen of the Harbour. Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
Look forward to seeing you on the start line, Kingy.
Yeah, mate. Cheers. Yeah. Awesome. There you go, folks. Kia ora.
No, I hope you enjoyed it. I thought it was a nice little run down the harbour. So thank you very much for coming.
No. And I'm going to start with the under 11s, the youngest of which I believe was 9 years old today, so quite incredible.
And that's a wrap from us at the King and Queen of the Harbour. What a challenging day's racing. From flat, downwind to headwind, this course had something for everybody. From beginner paddlers to elite, it's been a showcase of what canoe kayak racing and Waka Ama has to offer. Take care, and we'll see you again soon.